is the perfect treat to satisfy your sweet tooth. Here to share a fun twist on macaroons, we welcome back plant-based chef and cooking instructor Hawnuh Lee. It's so great to see you.
It's nice to see you too,
Look at
Hannah.
these adorable treats you have for us today.
Right, they're so spring inspired. I've been loving green right now, and these are matcha flavored, so they got a little kick to them.
Okay, so it's a kind of a twist on a macaroon for us.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you know, but Passover just ended.
Right.
And macaroons are a great Passover traditional dessert.
Okay.
But growing up in my house, they always kind of tasted like cardboard.
Sure.
So, you know, that's like a fun, nostalgic flavor.
Yes.
But I was like, how can we do this better?
I love it.
In 2025.
Okay.
So these are vegan, of course,
Awesome.
but you're not even going to know.
Yeah.
Vegan, matcha, and we're dipping them in dark chocolate too.
I was going to say, you can do a lot with chocolate and keep it a vegan recipe. That's always super nice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so the basis for our macaroons, of course, is coconut.
Okay.
So we've got our coconut, and you can get this in the bulk section.
Oh, nice.
Just about anywhere, but you want unsweetened, shredded coconut.
Okay.
You got the waft of the coconut, so you know that it's good.
Unsweetened, that's a good place to start.
There's no refined sugar in here, but we are using a little bit of maple syrup and vanilla as our sweetener.
Oh, yum.
We're using full-fat coconut milk, and not all coconut milk is created equal.
Sure.
But I love going to the Asian grocery store, getting like Aero D, any of those brands with full-fat coconut milk.
I love that.
Adding that in.
I didn't know that there were fatness levels to coconut milk.
You know now.
You got to go all the way.
But you want the
of
full
course,
It makes it creamy. It helps everything bind together really well. And the other thing that's helping it bind in here, so I'm using rice flour.
Okay.
And this is another ingredient you can get at the Asian grocery store. But you could use oat flour or potentially almond flour as a binder in here. But this just helps keep it a little bit light and stick together. And then our star of the show, the main ingredient.
Yes.
We've got matcha here. And this is just culinary grade. You don't need any of the fancy stuff.
Oh, okay.
But the one important trick here is that we're going to add in our matcha with a little sieve, because matcha tends to clump up, and we don't want any of those sort of
that would be quite a bite.
Big chunks in there. You're going to be so caffeinated.
Yeah. A
It's
little
gonna be a
matcha goes a
fun
long
Friday.
way. Okay.
And then once we have that all in there, it's just a quick stir to get everything together.
That color is so fun.
The color is great. It matches my nails,
Yes.
of course.
We're going full matcha today.
And you'll notice it'll start coming together. It should not be too liquidy. The coconut should kind of hold together on its own.
Okay.
And from here, you're going to preheat your oven to 315.
Okay.
We're going to go kind of low and slow in there. They bake for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or if you're like me this morning, 35, because we forgot to check our timer, but don't worry about that.
That's okay. Isn't that the worst feeling? You walk away from the oven and 5 minutes later you go, I didn't turn the timer on.
And then you never know what time it is.
It's a really fun guessing game.
So fun. And then my favorite trick to scooping our mixture, I've got one of these little cookie scoops here. You can use a regular spoon though, or like a tablespoon.
Okay.
And this just helps it hold together when we are scooping. So we'll be putting it onto our sheet tray.
Awesome.
And this makes quite a few, but what the trick to it is you want to get a good scoop in there and kind of push it against the edge.
Okay.
And then when we hit it onto the cookie sheet, it'll release, and
there you go.
it'll look perfect on the first try. And then we add it in, and we will do our full tray.
Okay.
We don't need to worry about separating them too far because they don't expand.
Sure.
There's no leavening in here.
Okay.
We'll do our whole mixture onto here, and after we've baked them, we pull them off the tray, and we can see here we've got a little bit of golden color on the bottom.
Okay.
And this is what gets dipped into our chocolate. So then this
Awesome.
is the fun part, is when we come over to our pre-melted vegan dark chocolate chips. We've got a little bit of coconut oil in here too.
Oh, nice.
This helps create a little bit of viscosity. It just makes it easy to dip.
That's like the perfect consistency right there.
Perfect. And when nobody's looking, you can do a full
There you go.
little lick of your spoon.
Okay.
So we're going to flip it over. We're going to dip. And when I dip, you dip. we dip.
We dip.
And then the trick to this is that they'll dry upside down.
Oh, okay.
And you can use a gridded cooling rack to keep them upside down.
Sure.
and pretend like we have one of
That's
those
what we have here today.
That's what we have here today. But we'll just give you a little idea of how it looks dipped.
What a fun little treat to have on your table for really any occasion.
Any occasion. It's great for a Mother's Day treat.
Sure.
She's gonna think that you worked really hard on these.
I was gonna say it's so easy to make, but they look so impressive.
Yeah, and then you can let them cool on the counter or in the fridge for about an hour. And once they're cooled,
then you get to taste.
Then you get to taste.
Oh my gosh, I love dark chocolate anything, so this is gonna be.
They're good. They're really good.
That's like a really nice combination.
I
don't think I've had matcha with chocolate before.
It's a nice pairing.
Somehow it makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're onto something. Always so fun to see you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Okay, we will have this recipe and more about Hawnuh on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.